Right. Okay. So, yeah. Hello. This is Treasure Planet, and with me on comms we have Christian.
Hello.
You like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Christian. I also do streaming. I don't play this game. However, I watched the movie religiously as a child. So here I am.
Perfect. Perfect. Also, just as a quick heads up, so this run is about a 50-minute estimate, but it should go a fair bit under that, give or take, depending on what happens. I'll try and explain a little bit if we can do it, but yeah, we'll try and go. Well, we'll talk as we go, I
Yeah.
guess, with this. So whilst the tech is doing their thing, which we haven't got any game sound on our end, just so you guys know. Well, I don't. Do you have any?
Oh, there we go.
I got
The game
someone
sound
have
has
you got it?
arrived.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. Right. Well, on that note, that's actually all
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah, so I'll go for me. Do we hit it?
No, Tech does it, right? Yeah, we'll leave that to it, yeah.
I like hitting
Tech's
it
giving
better.
us the nod. Tech's giving us the nod. Right, anyway, I'll cut the chit chat, and yeah, we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Right, so Treasure Planet for the PlayStation 1. Also, immediately forgot to skip a blooming cutscene. Oops. Right, so we start off in Montressa, and immediately we're going to be doing a few little bits and pieces. Now, how much of Treasure Planet can you remember, Chris?
I remember like all of the main story beats basically.
Okay.
And so, but the thing is, I know with video games, especially licensed games, they take very big liberties with what counts as a thing. For example, I don't remember Jim jumping off a cliff.
Yeah.
I don't remember that part of the
So
movie.
this is gonna show twice in this. So what we've got to do here is we deliberately do this because if I can get this right. So what we do is I basically quit to hub. Now don't worry, I'm not quitting out the game and all the rest of it. Well, I am, but I'm going back in this. So basically, what we're doing by doing that is, so you deliberately put yourself at 0 lives, and then you quit to hub during the death animation. What this does is this grants us a unique little glitch, which is basically the infinite health glitch. So it's like, oh great, okay, we're back. Now what happens is we get to do this. So now the death plane that would kill us doesn't exist. So it just goes down, and then we respawn from the top of the map.
That's so good.
So it's like, yeah, there's speed tech in this game.
I'm gonna make a small guess. That's the PlayStation going. I don't know a number this small.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm gonna wrap around and put you at the top.
It has absolutely no idea what it wants to do. Also, we've got our first mini game, which is shooting down birds. So these guys are trying to. So you see the cogs in the bottom right corner.
Yes.
That's how many that they need. How many we can keep. So you notice how there's a number in front. So what we want to do is want to make sure that these birds don't steal. So again, relatively straightforward. But then after a bit, this starts happening.
It gets a little
like,
bit hectic.
There's a few more, yeah. So luckily you can just spam. Now I do believe you can't hit Ethan, but if you do, then it's like not the end of the world. He survives, it's fine. So the number that's on the screen is how much the part is worth. Obviously, like I said, if that 50 drops to 0, then unfortunately that's it. It's game over. Also, there's this one particular part where the bird tries to swoop Ethan off his feet, and luckily it doesn't do that. So again, fairly straightforward. Now, this would not be a game for me without racing. So fair to say that there's going to be a little bit of racing. So between each level, so you have Montressa, Spaceport, the RLS Legacy, I think, is the main ship. It's in the.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Or RHS Legacy or something like that, which is a massive ship. There we go. So I think it's like the RLS Legacy or something like that. That's one of the levels, and there's also Treasure Planet as well. So these here are tokens. These tokens can be found in the levels via helping other people. Also, there's another fun glitch time. There we go.
Basically, you jump off the edge, and we know you're gonna go to the top of the world. Basically.
Yeah. So we have to collect 6 of these. So these are Captain Flint. We've not really explained too much of the story because this would definitely help her. Basically, in the film, the way the plot goes is obviously it's supposed to follow it's like a different version of the Treasure Island story, which for those that may or may not have heard of it, I think it was wrote by Louis R. Stevenson.
Yeah, it's like it's quite an old book. It's like one of the classic books that you would read in school, or school would get you to read.
Yeah. So, I have to deliberately go here to do this so I can spawn the level in. But this is like a modern take of this. So this here is Jim Hawkins. He's going to try and find Captain Flint's treasure. Now, Captain Flint isn't in Treasure Island. He's exclusive to this film in particular. But this was a film that came out quite late in Disney's, if I can call it Disney's animation peak.
It's basically late in the 2D era of them. Like, this was one of the last like big 2D movies they released. There's a lot of things, like, I know a lot about this movie because this was like, I watched this movie basically every weekend, every night when I was like from the age of like whenever it came out for like 3 years. This was like my most watched movie. And then I found things like, I was looking at online going, oh, I remember this movie. Let me watch this interesting video. Why did this not seem to? Why did not everyone know this? And there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes of why this movie didn't go very well. Mainly because Disney wanted to move to 3D.
Yeah.
And this 2D and the technology they used was very expensive.
Also, one thing we've just done as well by using this like glitch as well is that we've been able to skip over a gate that we use. So in this level, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to collect 100 doubloons, that's the currency we use, and you're supposed to pay the guy in the mining, like the mining section or something like that. But by using the glitch, you bypass that, so you don't have to buy the 100. So we save some coins there. However, there's one that we can't bypass, which is 200, and that's a bit later on. The token things, by the way, you get one for collecting all 6 of these things. Now, these are the caverns, and the caverns are very difficult to navigate because, well, how the hell are you supposed to see where you're going when this happens?
Yeah, they're indeed very dark, and they decide to give you less vision of them.
There we are. Also, yeah, apparently big guys like that could just be walked away by a laser pistol.
Lasers tend to do that.
Yeah, apparently so. So what we're going to do here, so at the end of this level in particular, there is 5 generators. The 5 generators themselves all have this light bulb thing, which you just see me pick up. We're going to pick up 4 out of the 5, so we're going to do like most of them already, but we are going to pick up the 5th one. Mainly because of the fact that, well, here's the thing. If we pick up the 5th one and we say to the game that, well, we've already beaten all 5, then unfortunately what happens is the game soft locks. And, well, no, it hard locks actually. Because it doesn't expect you to beat an objective before you're even given it. So you're just basically breaking the game by complete accident. So that's the reason why we do 4 out of 5. So the other thing is as well is that I can freely fall down holes and basically I will never die. It doesn't matter how many times I fall, I will never die. There is also this here, which I need to get through, which is always a pain. So basically, I need to jump over here, like that, there we go. So now we use this one to get to the other side, to get to the other gate, because believe it or not, in the normal game, there is 2 gates. I just need to make sure I get this right. I think this is our guy. Yes, it is. Right, I'm going to quickly collect that from him. Now, currency. We've briefly mentioned it already. I said it was doubloons that we use. Yes. You can see we're picking up some coins there. But we've also been collecting diamonds as well. Diamonds are worth 5. And believe it or not, most of the coin collecting, the coin grinding that we have, we don't really pick up in Montresa. We pick up in the races. Which reminds me, we haven't spoke about these yet. So, altogether in this game, there is, I believe it's 4 levels, 4 races, I think it is, and 2 bosses. One of them is the Scroop boss, which is a very easy boss, and then there's Silver, which is the same as Long John Silver from the Treasure Island tale. The other thing is as well, I also found this out during practice, is that if you fall in the mines there and get further ahead, you have to basically just go back on yourself because unfortunately the game again doesn't load in. And neither does the generator. Nothing loads in. So it's like, yeah, this is a thing. Oh yeah, collect that. I'm going to collect that.
Yeah,
now,
the rendering efficiency of old games gets in the way often.
So that's 3 tokens we picked up. So we picked up 1 in a secret area. Also, I didn't get the cycle for that, but that's fine. I can hopefully make this. Can I make this? Yeah, I can. That's fine.
Hey, Viper, do I have time for a donation?
Yeah, go for it.
So I do have a donation from Paulster for 69 knock that says, "Wait a minute, Viper. This is not Elmo game or a driving game. What's going on, buddy? Do you need to talk about something?"
Yeah, it's lonely on the road, unfortunately.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. You're my therapy at the moment for getting through Elmo, as it stands right now. What was I going to say? Yeah, so, like I said, altogether, you have, like I said, so you got Montressa, there's Montressa race. We do Spaceport race, defeat Scroop, I think, before Spaceport race? I can't remember if that's the way it goes. And then you do the Legacy race and also the Treasure Planet race, and that's the end of that. So there you go, that's what I kind of meant with that. Also, you may notice something, is that we picked up an extra life there. The reason why we picked up the extra life was because, well, the extra life is actually going to now make us, not invincible, it's the opposite. Vulnerable, I guess.
Vulnerable?
It makes us real again, I guess. So basically now when we die, we actually do die, which is what we want. The reason why is because in a minute, I'm going to collect the 4th diamond, which is here, and then immediately do this, and it'll immediately respawn us right near where we need to be, which is, you'll notice as well about the bulls respawning, don't worry about that. So basically, we need to be near this, because this will give us a piece of treasure. And that is the first level done and dusted, and that's how you collect all 5 tokens. There is a fair few categories as well. Also, onto the bit that I like, the racing bit, of course. What else would it be? So during the races, these are all 6 laps. Some have, usually all have at least a jump or 2 and a hazard or so. We're going to collect a fair bit of money during this one in particular, or most of it. But yeah, this is probably a perfect time to talk about, well, anything really.
Yeah, well, this is like I not knowing what the game was going to do. I assumed in this area, this race was going to be like basically what the first major scene of the movie was, which is, you know, escaping from the police. I thought that would have been the race.
That would have probably been way more exciting, actually, thinking about it. That's something I didn't mention. So this game released in 2002 alongside the film. And this was also the time when certain PlayStation 1 games also got a PS2 release for whatever reason. So this got a PS1 release, which in my opinion is pretty good. It's a bit busted, but it's fun. But then there is a PS2 version which runs at 60 FPS, looks quite a bit better, I might add. And there is speedruns for that as well. I can't imagine doing a, like, not a, what's it, a duology run, I guess, which is why you do both. I don't know. But yeah. So there's not really too much to say about this. Like I said, for this is the straightforward bit of the run, where it's just kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. Also, we need to collect 200 coins, and I believe, from what I've just seen, if I'm right, we're right? Alright? Yes, I'm right, okay. We collected 200 balloons. Okay, that's fine, so we don't even have to money grind anymore. That's all the money grinding for the run done.
Oh,
just
nice.
Like that.
It's just done in the first race.
We just have to do it in the first 2 levels.
Now you just get to go as fast as you need.
Basically, yeah. So the out of bounds thing that we did for, also not out of bounds, but the infinite health thing that we did for Montressa. Now in the record, these guys don't do it, but I do because of the fact of, honestly, it's safer, and sometimes the game can eat your inputs for jumps. So then if you miss, the last thing you want to be doing is dying again. You're like, no, I don't want to lose a life here. Whereas if you're invincible, you can just go, oh, okay, this is a chance for me to carry this run and then make it consistent.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Especially if you're in a marathon, it's like consistency over safety is something you're always going to take. You go, I will lose 3 seconds setting this up.
Basically, yeah. Like I said, for this, at this point during the run, it's like, okay, there's not really too much to explain other than this, but in terms of the actual film itself, to explain Treasure Planet a little bit more, for those that don't know the story, we can probably briefly give you a bit of background history on that one. So, it follows the story, I mean, Treasure Planet itself follows the story of Jim Hawkins, who we're playing as, and he's going to go on the hunt for Captain Flint's treasure. Along the way, he boards the RLS Legacy, and meets a few characters, and there's actually some pretty good voice actors in this game too. Emma Thompson plays the captain for the RLS Legacy, and Jim Hawkins is played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which for those that probably do recognise that name, yes, he's been in a few films. Most notably, for me, it was Inception, was where he's from.
Yeah.
But he's also been in other films as well. People may know him from different other, many different films, but yeah.
I know them from Treasure Planet.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
all. I only recognized his face from Inception, but I knew his voice from Treasure Planet, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, now this movie was very big for me growing up. I very much was the child who was like, I'm gonna get a skateboard, I'm gonna get a stick, I'm gonna get a piece of paper. Look, I got one of these hoverboard things he has as well.
Yeah, why not? Like this is right. Okay, yeah, this works. The other thing is as well, we was talking about this before when I was saying about how back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when, in my opinion, Disney and Pixar and all the rest of it, they were at their peak, it's like, this was the one film that tended to get forgotten about and just is kind of, in my opinion anyway, it's underrated, but other people may think differently. So there we go. So again, that's the second part. So he falls, he starts going to his death animation, but immediately will now have infinite health, and again, we're going to use that. The record holders don't use that. Big mention goes out to Kawhi Axton, who I believe has the record at 34.58 for this game, which is pretty insane. But then again, there's a lot of stuff that I do that they don't do because they're better. That's it. There's nothing else. Call it a skill issue, whatever. But yeah,
Skill diff, just be better.
just be better. Yeah, I'll be the better man and walk away and just like give them the credit they deserve. Either way. So yeah, this is Spaceport. So here's the thing. Tell me if I'm wrong on this one, but when you watched Treasure Planet, was your little mind blown when you when it showed what Spaceport actually is? When it zoomed in?
Yeah, no, I do remember going, oh hey look, it's a moon. It's not
That's
the
not a
moon.
Yeah, so basically the part of the film that we're referring to. Also, we're going to do some rat infestation. We're going to clear some rats out of here. We'll stop them from nicking our man's fruit. But yeah, the whole idea of Spaceport is in the film. He says, I think it's something like, Jim, we're off to Spaceport, and it was like, oh, you're just looking at the moon. In the film, it turns out that the moon is an entire planet. Obviously, it is in real life. It is a planet, but what we mean is an actual inhabitable planet, where like ships sail out from and everything. It is actually a pretty decent film. Would highly recommend it as well. I've watched the film a couple of times recently, and honestly, like genuinely speaking, it's still a pretty good film. I mean, yeah, call me a kid at heart, but
yeah, I'm very tempted to just go back and watch it now. I'm gonna get home, gonna get curled up nice, go let's recover and watch Treasure Planet.
Like 4K Blu-ray, like,
exactly.
Got to watch it in its 4K detail, because why not, But yeah,
Speaking
as I
of
said,
habitable planets,
go on.
we have a donation from Kithar for 250 NOK that says, Treasure Planet was one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid, although I don't remember Jim being able to fall through parallel universes, which appears to be a skill you have in this game. Good luck, Viper.
Thank you very much. Good old Kithar. I'm going to say a guy that I met a couple of times from ESA, so it's hello, Kithar, hello. But yeah, so during this entire run, what we've got to do is we need to, apart from the coin collecting, which we don't have to worry about, also you can tell how broke the game is. So there's supposed to be a skybox, but because of us doing what we've done, it's just turned it black. It's just like,
it's night
doesn't
time.
exist.
That's all. It's just night.
Oh yeah, you can look at it that way. That's one way of looking at it. But yeah, like I said, the game itself, the film itself is very underrated and things like that. Also, he did not stand a chance. So there's a fair bit of glitching in Spaceport. Montressa is the more easier ones to do, because for some reason, I don't know why, I always think Spaceport is the more difficult one. Probably because of this, where you can't see anything until he starts glitching. You're like, oh, okay, we're moving now. I also play it safe as well, where I just like slowly glide down and everything like that. Also, we will be gliding down again around here. So again, this is the bit I mean. So in the record, they already are like 0 health. They're back to normal health, if I can call it that. And they're already like, yep, we're doing this. We're immediately going, right, okay, we can jump and glide down there, but I can never reach it. So yeah, either way, never mind. It's fine. Also, I just saw that. You saw the same thing I did.
We both glanced at the chat at the same time.
Just was like, no comment. No comment. Shout out to he knows who he is. It's fine. I don't even need to mention.
We don't need to. We don't need to give him attention.
We don't talk about this.
He knows who he is.
It's like Fight Club. We don't talk about it, so it's fine. Anyway, distractions aside, so what we need to do here is we need to go down here, and what we need to do now is we need to spawn high enough that if I can get this, so I need a room here. So that is the room I've just been in, and that's the room I'm gonna be in. There we go. Okay, perfect. It actually loaded. That's brilliant.
Nice.
Actually, because that's always the jump. That particular part of the glitch is the bit that always gets me every single time.
Yeah, is it just because unloaded area? You're trying to find. You need to find an unloaded area.
So basically, you're landing when there's nothing there. So you're just landing in the dark and just hoping for the best. That's the thing. There's actually one point where I've caught this by complete accident, where I've like, oops, fell down. So yeah, this is a bit glitchy, but it's fine. This is how games were meant to like work back in the 90s, I'm sure.
But well, every game in the 90s is like this, so that's basically it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, we're not doing too bad, though. I think we're doing pretty good. The thing is, as well, is that like half of the estimate, I'd say, or half of the run, is spent in these 2 levels alone. Everything else is just racing and defeating bosses. That's it. Like, it's unbelievable how fast this game can be beaten. I'm not even joking. I wish that this game was a bit longer, but there are other categories actually. That's the other thing I will say. So obviously we're doing the main any percent for this, but you can do. That was pretty good. I think I get that. You can do. So there's an all tokens category and there's a 100% category. I think 100% takes 2 hours and something. All tokens is literally collecting all the tokens. Also, I found this to be exceedingly faster because I used to like go around this map a little bit. It turns out like where the exit to the room is here. It's right behind you on a thing, but because you can't just jump up there, it's like, okay, I'll just use the glitch to get there faster. I found that out by complete accident, just like messing about. I was like, pretty sure I could just do that because I've got infinite health. Like, yeah, I can. And you just jump like that. It's like, oh no, where's he gone? And he's here somewhere, and I'm there. Okay, right, am I on the right side? I can see, yeah, I can see a checkpoint. There we go. So we get that checkpoint as well. Not that we're going to need it. Also, some of these guys are nasty looking. They are ugly to look at because I don't know why they like green the face and stuff.
Well, they based it off you.
Thanks. Thanks very much. 10 out of 10 commentary right here.
Exactly. I say nothing, and then when the opportunity comes, I just insult the runner.
Yeah, that's
how commentary works, right?
Believe so. I don't know. Don't try. Yeah, I was gonna say probably not at home. Oh, I grabbed that nice. Okay, so we're going to make Jim vulnerable again, or invincible again, call it whatever you want. So we're going to immediately make him, there we go. We're going to now make him invincible, but yeah, he's viewable and everything else is fine. The reason why as well we're doing what we're doing is because of the fact of, in the races, if he's still in this state where he's invincible, and you fall down the thing, unfortunately, for whatever reason, the ship falls down, you fall down, and you respawn, but you don't respawn on the thing. You can't glide down or use any sort of gliding abilities. So it's like, oh, we're in trouble here. So it's not too bad. It could be worse. Okay, so all I've got to do now is grab this treasure piece from here, like so. So we've got to see this guy again. There we go. So we're on 11. I need one more. The other one is... This is where we need the doubloons. So this is where the money grinding's been coming from. There we go. Get rid of him because he can kill you if you're not careful. Like, for some reason, if you can... I think it's something like if you end up going down the wrong way and you get... Oh, sorry, if you stand in the wrong place, he can shoot you and stop you dead. And it's like, okay, it doesn't happen very often. It's very rare. There we go. It doesn't happen very often, but you can have that where it's like you get shot, then you get shot again and again and again. Also, boss time. First one. Scroot boss. 1 of 2. Nice and easy.
Can I sneak in a donation during the boss?
Go for it. Yeah, there's not a lot to this one.
All right. Well, Viper, I've got 2 more donations for you. One for 50 knock from GTB. Add a CMR 04 Grease rally percent incentive for Viper. He loves that game so much and would love to show how good and fun Grease is. I also got a 69 knock donation from Elmo. Love Treasure Planet movie. Elmo give money when Elmo play Treasure Planet.
Please never try that impression again.
There you go. Yeah, you got it. You got it. No. Credit where credit's due. Sin, if you tried. You tried. I will give you credit there. I will give you credit.
Yeah, credit for trying.
Okay, so there we are. So you need 3 bomb shots on whatever it's called, Scroop, I think it is.
Yeah,
Mr. Scroop.
this guy terrified me as a child.
I'm not surprised, but
Like,
we're going
I
to defeat him pretty fast.
Like, I was already scared of spiders, like, when I was young. This did not help.
There we go. Nice. Okay, so now what he's going to do is he's now going to throw 3 crates at us like this, and then another one. And then guess what he's going to do? Oh no, he's going to land, we're going to shoot him, and then rinse and repeat 2 more times. This is literally the boss fight. Not that hard.
I don't remember Jim being able to double jump in the movie.
I mean, this is a video game, anything can happen, right?
True.
I say that, like, why can't we double jump? Why is that not a human ability? Like, why is it a video game character ability? It's not fair. Number of times I'd love an extra jump. Also, that's Scroop dealt with. And guess what? You know what that means? Another race. This is literally now. So there's 2 races. Silver boss. So Long John Silver. And then we have the Treasure Planet race, which is about, well, the planet itself is being destroyed.
Yeah, the during that the planet's just kind of blowing up.
We cross that when we get to it. There is actually one character that I haven't actually spoke about, and it's Ben, the robot guy.
Ah, Ben.
Now, so I haven't even showed the game cover, by the way. There's the game cover. I'd show you it for a bit longer, but unfortunately I don't have it like to hand half the time.
Or with me with hands free.
Yeah, you got hands. You can show it.
Look at this. He's riding his thing with a piece of pink goop.
There is
called Morph.
I was gonna say. I was hoping you knew what it's called. I was like, please tell me you know what it's called.
Yes,
Morph.
I do.
Phew. So, what are the main characters? Is he on the back? Is Ben on the back of the cover? I hope so.
No, on
He's
the
not?
back we just have Silver with a treasure chest full of gold.
Okay, so Ben, it stands for something. I forget what it is in the film, but basically he shows up like about halfway through the film, I think. There's something that happens before it, but I'm not going to spoil it. You have to watch the film to find out. But let's just say something happens in the film where he eventually meets Ben. That's all I can say to kind of not spoil the story here. That's the only thing I can say. I'm right, aren't I? Like, something happens before that. You roughly know what it is.
Things tend to happen in movies. So, like,
Yes.
so as they do, there is a plot. You know, lines are said that are characters, that are threads, that tell a story, and so he eventually meets Ben.
Yes, and Ben comes around. He's like I said, he's known as, I forget what the actual thing is, something navigator or something.
No, because he's not bio, because he's a robot. He's really bio, because he's robots.
I don't know, bionetic enhanced navigator, maybe? That would work, actually. But anyhow,
Bionic enhanced navigator.
Well, either way, so Ben shows up, or just BEN, because he has dots between each letter, so it's BEN, or I just call him Ben.
Yeah, they call him because it's a reference to like the character he represents from Treasure Island.
And to cut a long story short, so Jim meets him and everything, and there's some really funny moments, in particular, where I can say this one, Bioelectric Navigator. Thank you, Lincoln.
Thank you. They always trust Twitch chats to have our backs.
But basically, one of the main things that happens in that is there's a point where Jim's like under a ship or something, and he's like, "If I'm not back in 5 minutes, leave without me." And he's like, "No, I will not leave my friend Jimmy." And at which point he pulls Jim out from under the thing, and he's got 2 wires, and it looks like it's ready to explode. He just goes, "Unless he looks at me like that." Bye, Jim, and then just drops him. But yeah, there's some really funny moments in that film. Also, I will quickly mention as well, I probably will concentrate a little bit for this one. So, Sineth, you got any donations or anything you want to talk about charity-wise? This will probably be the time for the next like 3 minutes. What's to concentrate on this?
I do have something for chat for everyone in the event right now. We have an emergency broadcast here. We have about 3,000 NOK left for that snowball fight incentive. If we can't meet that by 2100, it simply cannot happen. So please get on social media, tell your friends, tell your enemies, come to the stream room and get hype in the audience. Now is the time to get a donation train rolling. Get those donations in so you can see the snowball fight.
No problem.
Just do it. Don't let your snowball dreams be dreams.
Where the hell
Oh,
did
hello,
that come from?
Puppeter.
I was gonna say, where
Hello
the hell
there.
did that come from?
Is this a third? Is this the second commentator come to join us?
We have
I
a
was
couch.
asleep across here earlier.
It's
Neither
like
of you noticed.
Nope.
There's a couch. Hello. We have a couch. We
Yeah,
have
so
a person.
how much do you know about this game and movie?
But ideally the
yeah,
film.
It was quite cool back in the day. Though after it flopped, the only 2D artists Disney still employed was for projecting onto the castles at the theme parks
Ah,
for years
never knew that.
until was it Princess and the Frog?
Princess and the Frog. Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
they did like another 2D movie. Go, look, we can do 2D still. We promise.
The thing is, though, this came off the back of like a great run of films. Like I think, obviously,
Yeah, Tarzan.
yeah,
Tarzan.
Toy Story. I guess. Or is
Toy
that- or is
Story
that
was
Pixar?
Pixar.
Is that Pixar?
There
Okay,
was
okay.
Hercules as well. Was the people behind
Hercules.
this.
Good old Hercules.
Now
It's the only
this-
thing I remember from the video game.
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
Hercules.
this movie
'Cause-
for the people behind this movie was very much like their passion project.
Yeah, and basically, it was 2D, but it was made 3D. And then, like,
oh no, one of the technologies they used was like this sort of like it was a 2D 3D hybrid software where you could set out something in 3D space and then paint over it. So it was like a
Yeah.
precursor to like a lot of like the fairly common technology now. But for the artists to do the work they needed for it, and like the amount they used it as well though,
yeah,
because it looks amazing.
like it was the opposite of how Final Fantasy VII ran.
I was gonna say, is Matako in the room by any chance? It's like, oh
Nope.
no, you've angered the gods.
Yeah, so unfortunately, just because of that, then they kind of the advertising for it. Like when I looked back at it, you go, oh, this isn't how you advertise a movie. And so it just kind of flopped in the end, which is really sad. 'Cause it's such a good movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Say,
Otherwise, I wouldn't be
less than
playing
3k until I can throw this guy on the ground and throw snowballs at him.
That's
you know
true,
you
yeah.
want me to do it.
Actually, yeah. So please donate. I would also like to get in on that.
Also, we got Silver, Long John Silver. This is the movie equivalent of Long John Silver, and he's not a good boss, unfortunately. So he's got 3 phases. First phase, he's got to fire projectiles at certain colours at 3 bulbs. Second one is he launches mines at you, and then third one is a game of, I was gonna say tic-tac-toe then with it, but it's not tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so what? Oh god, damn, that didn't quite go to plan.
And also, 3,000 krone isn't actually that much. It's a 14-to-1 conversion ratio to pounds. So, how much is that?
3,000 is things like
3,000 divided by 14.
I think it's like
Chat, go.
300 I think it's like 320.
Maybe.
I think it's like around 320. I think. Because I remember looking before when it was like
Yeah, it's
4,000
it's
to
like
go, and it's
200
just
it's
and
like
it
200
was.
quid.
Okay, he's going to shoot blue. Nice. Okay, so we got phase 1 done and dusted. There we go. So then there's also this little cutscene that happens between each phase, like that. I think I just skipped the animation thing because you have to move Jim to a certain point and it'll just like bonk. There you go. Here we go. So this is the second phase. He has 6 cycles. First, third, and fifth cycle, everything works as it should. But on the second, fourth, and the sixth cycles, one of these mines doesn't work, and then you've got to grab it and throw it at him. So you have to roughly, there we go, like that, and then it should. There we go. So it attaches to him like that. So that's second cycle done and
Kaboom.
dusted, just like that. Nice and easy, nothing too bad. But the thing is, the places that he launches these are completely random. So like you could stand in one spot and it might be like, oh crap, he's not done that cycle, he's done a completely different cycle.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a case of seeing where he fires them. There we go. I think it's always one on the left or on the right at times. There we go. Okay, so that's cycle 4 done. Now 5 and 6 usually involve most of the platforms being covered in a mine. So it's just kind of like, hope for the best. There we go.
Pekka cooking.
There we go. Okay, so, last cycle. All I need to do is make sure that I get this right. Which shouldn't be too hard. There we go.
Nice.
Nice. So now, also nice. Didn't quite work as intended, but it's fine. So, this one now involves dodging rocks and throwing diamonds at him. So, basically he'll start going across with his laser, and as he's going across with his laser, you'll see like gems or crystals or something fall. And as soon as you grab one, immediately throw it at him, but you have to throw it right near him, so when it explodes, it's like, okay. Like this.
So
it
basically
goes
Crash Bandicoot.
like that, yeah. So you immediately have to throw it right near his face, otherwise he just won't do it. So I have to keep my eye out for these diamonds, because these diamonds, there we go, there's one missed. So I need to like now just keep an eye on when the next one's going to show up. But I don't know when that will be. So as soon as it moves, as soon as I see it move, I'll be like, okay. There we go, got it. Okay, throw that to him, and then just do that. There we go. Okay, one more. One more.
One more, then you have another race.
Yeah, and then that's it. That's game over. Oh, not game over. That's the run. There we go. There we go. Right. Okay. So that is Mr. Silver dealt with, and now what we get to do is we do the Treasure Planet race. Now, this is a 6-lap race, same as any other, apart from the planet is kind of being blown to bits. So bats will start to segue and things like that. Time will be at the end of the race, but it won't be when I cross the line. It will be when I hit X after the final time has shown up, and that will be the end of the run. Few final things whilst I can collect as much as I wish to do so
Casual
here.
portals on the side.
Exactly. Just casual, like a few bits and pieces. There's a few lava things that will show up, because apparently the floor is lava. Please nobody jump on furniture right now.
I mean, the inside of a planet is like always likely to always be lava.
True. Very true.
Floor is, you said the floor is lava?
Yes. Oh no. Don't do what I think you're gonna do.
He's already on the sofa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he was sat on the sofa, wasn't he?
Yeah, but now
Yeah,
he's
but
like
I'm now
no
extra
feet.
on the sofa.
Oh, okay, okay. You're just extra cozy on the sofa. I got you, I got you. So yeah, most of this will involve just jumping between things. One of the main things I will just say as well, real quick, is some of these jumps do eat your inputs. So I often try and, believe it or not, I often press the button a bit harder, because apparently that makes everything better, right?
Well, that's how you go fast. That's how you go faster in racing games, right? Right? You just press the button harder.
Supposedly you do, yeah. That's from what I've heard.
Remember, everyone, type exclamation boost.
Yes, it will definitely help. There we are. Okay, so I'm going to try and collect as much of this money as I can. Many coins and diamonds and things like that. You'll also see as well that these will disappear. So this will be interesting. But yeah, so the game can eat your inputs and things like that. But like I said before, just a few things I want to quickly mention whilst I'm doing this final race. First and foremost, thank you to NSG for accepting all the runs that I managed to perform the last 2 days. I didn't expect to get like 4 runs, and I'll be honest, I was like, I'll be happy with 1. But I got 4, and so yeah, well, 3. Sorry, I can't bloody count these days. So many thanks to NSG for that. Thank you very much for allowing us to come here and for putting on a great show. Obviously, the charity has done. The charity that you're raising money for is amazing as well. Like I said, it's all about the guide dogs, and for me personally, I love good dogs, so yeah, we'll get some good boys. And then a few final quick thoughts from me in terms of shout outs and things like that. Obviously, a big mention goes out to the Treasure Planet community, who, like I said, the community isn't split down the middle or anything like that. We do have the, like I said, the PS1 version, which you're currently watching. There is a PS2 version. You can find the routes for both of those games and speedruns for both separately on speedrun.com. And like I said, feel free to give this game a try. I'm sure for a lot of people that it will be a case of, you know, if you're into adventure games, this might be for you, possibly. But yeah, feel free to give this a try. Like I said, for me personally, as a movie tie-in game, it doesn't do too bad. Granted, it's not like doesn't play out much of the movie.
Yeah, like
But it's a
there's-
video game.
yeah, there's like
it's actually
3
different.
things that match the movie in total I counted.
Yeah. So we've got the final lap here, and you'll notice now. So we're going to be taking a completely different route. Most of the routes starts the same, but then it gets a bit more different as we get towards the end, especially towards the latter end. So time will be coming up probably in about 20 seconds or so, give or take. This one's been pretty damn good, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be this good, but anywho. Yeah, even Jim's celebrating, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, yeah, so time will be coming up. So we finished the final race, but time comes up,
Get ready
As
to
we go
press
into the
that
void.
goddamn button.
I'm ready to press the
and it'll
button.
come up as soon as I hit X. So, ready? Come on! Speed
Come on!
up!
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right, ready? And time. There we go.
Nice.
And you even get an ending cutscene, and this shows you the ending cutscene.
Just the end of the movie.
Straight
ending
rip from
moves.
the movie.
Just-
Yeah, and it's in decent quality as well. There you go.
It's in glorious. I could probably count those
I think
pixels, to be
I
honest.
think that
240p.
Yeah.
I'd say 240p.
You could probably count the pixels.
There
To
you
be
go.
fair, VHS in the day was like 360p.
But yeah, that's
No, 480i.
that's the thing. So like that is Treasure Planet. Now I will just be honest as well, real quick. So Magenta Software that helped develop this game alongside Disney Interactive, they have helped make quite a few games for the PlayStation. One in particular was Stuart Little 2 as well. I do believe there's a few others out there, but one that comes to mind straight away is Stuart Little 2. I don't know why, it just does. But yeah, there's also a few other games like Monsters Inc. and things like that. And there's the other thing I was just going to mention. This was back in the day as well, if it wasn't obvious already, when video games had bits from the film as some of the cutscenes between levels. So yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you want to run this game, you can run it on console or emulator. Either one is fine. The North American version is the quickest version. Unsurprising there. But yeah, if you want to play on the PAL version, feel free to do so. Like I said, the run itself isn't too tricky. I would highly recommend that if you want to pick it up, there's a Treasure Planet Discord, as I said. It will definitely help you with anything that you need hand with. And yeah, if you, like I said, just generally if you need any help or route notes or anything like that, then like I said, the Discord is your guide. Many thanks to Chris and Popper at the very last minute. I didn't know he was here until he showed up all of a sudden for doing co-commentating.
Wait till you watch
And,
the VOD later.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, were you sat here the whole time? Oh, okay. I did not know this. Okay. But yeah, so I'll hand it back to Sinef. Once again, thank you very much to NSG for having me. And hopefully I put on a great show for you guys. And yeah, there you go. Thank you very much.